This is Cougar football.
A little bit of a chippiness out there. We haven't seen that in quite a while. Is that just maybe venting some of those frustrations from earlier this year?
Well, shoot, man, whatever they drank today and a little bit yesterday, they continue to drink that. That was good.
You like the intensity then?
That's part of the game. Most of the teams that have struggled, there's no glimmer, there's no fight in them, and then we just got to continue to put that forth on the playing field and get it out of them on Saturday.
Oregon State's given up a second most sacks in the Pac-12 this year. Why do you think Mannion's been sacked so much this year?
I'm not too sure. I'm not in their locker room. I know they've suffered some injuries, and that's tough. And those kids are still battling, and that's not our concern. Our concern is making sure that our guys seize every opportunity to compete and compete to win.
Have you seen any vulnerabilities on tape from their offensive line?
Well, we've seen a lot of vulnerabilities in the past few weeks, and we didn't capitalize on them. So those guys, Coach Cavs, have done a hell of a job of they'll get those boys ready to play.
How big is experience in the trenches for offensive and defensive linemen?
Well, football 101. As a defensive lineman, experience or not, it's all about attacking the line of scrimmage, striking. You shed blockers, pursue the ball, and tackle, and you got to do that with a little bit of chip on your shoulder. And if you don't, you're pretty much vulnerable to the offensive line.
When you were a young NFL guy, what things did you struggle with early on and then improve on as you got older?
I think just, again, the transition period from high school to college to the pros. It's just being a pro, as we say it, quote unquote. A lot of film studies. It's more of mental, 80% more mental than the physical part. And it didn't take long to understand what time it is. Now, when you're a scholarship to a pro, there's a big difference. Your livelihood is at stake, and so it gives you a little bit of added dimension to your preparation, and because it's all about production. And that's something I always trying to get to our guys, is make sure that their play resonate through the film. Our film is our resume, and that's never going to change.
You get the sense that things are slowing down for Frankie Louvu a little bit?
Yeah, we've asked a lot of the kid and some of those guys, not just Frankie. And you're talking about a DB in high school a few months ago. All of a sudden now he's a linebacker. All of a sudden now he's up in the trenches, and that's a lot to ask. And he's a resilient kid, and he's a competitor. That's what we're trying to get as much as we want to, is that spirit here in our team and the kind of kids that we're recruiting. And credit to him. He comes out there, and all he does is trying to do his job and get acclimated. But you're talking about in the middle of the season making a switch. That's tough, and that's a credit to him and him wanting to contribute to the team.
Physically, is he able to hold up against guys 2 or 3 years older than him pretty well?
Well, he's got a deceptive strength to him. Part of that is he's a rugby soccer player growing up, and so you like those kind of tangibles in a kid, and he's learning on the run, and he doesn't mind it.
I know you guys don't mind some chippiness in practice, but today did it kind of detract from what you guys were trying to do?
Yeah, you never want to lose reps. That's what you can't have, and we lost a little bit of that. But part of that, I'd rather have guys flying around and have that competitive spirit than not. And we'll make them up tomorrow as we get going.